Live.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome.
What's up?
Welcome to the Blind Wave Podcast.
So I'll go up a little more.
All right. What's up, everybody?
Yay, now they can see the top of your head. No, it was more flattering before. They could see that there was hair up there, not just forehead that continued. I have a big forehead, too.
How's everyone doing? Everyone doing well?
Yep, I'm doing good. Were you asking chat or us?
Sure, I guess I can care what you have to say, Calvin.
Well, I thought that's why we're doing this.
Yeah, as good as can be with a crazy week.
It's been a crazy 2021.
Yeah.
Right?
It has been.
Not
I love
much
how
different.
it was like, 2021, out with the old, in with the new.
It started terribly.
Everything's going to be great. A couple days later,
the very
people in the Capitol with Viking outfits,
the very
waving
first few
flags.
minutes of 2021 was awful.
The first couple minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they were great, Aaron.
No.
Yeah,
It was the smash. It started so well. What happened?
terrible.
I mean, we all knew 2021 was going to be downhill from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
That was the peak.
You're right. That's right.
But yeah, no, it's just I don't know. Yesterday was a crazy day.
Yesterday was strange. We were recording all day, and then in between recording, I think we had 2 more things left to do that day. And Aaron's like, he just said something. I'm like, what? He's like, what? And we just all looked at our phones, and that was the rest of the day. Just like sitting
yeah.
there talking, being shocked, and not in the mood to record anything.
Yep.
I saw I've seen quite a few pretty funny and good tweets about it
Yeah.
all. But like one of the ones that was particularly relevant yesterday was a tweet about like it looks like there's a coup going on at the Capitol. And I turned to my coworker and was like, are we supposed to keep working?
Yeah, right? Which is exactly what's happening to us.
Yeah.
And then I got a business call like half an hour later.
Yeah, you did.
Like, well,
They kept working.
Are we
guess-
supposed to work through the coup?
I guess this is America.
But yeah, no, it was a strange day.
Yeah.
I don't fully get it either way. Because now I'm hearing like the same thing that people were saying with the BLM protests of like, well, it's not them, it's other people. Which when that was said before, people were like, oh no, it's BLM, that's who did it. But now it's like, well, it's not the Trump supporters, it's like Antifa coming in and screwing with us.
Dressed as Trump supporters.
But it's like, well, that's when they said the extremists were doing it for BLM, you guys said, no, it's BLM, you guys are doing this. And I was like, so it's also weird if their idea is they're against Trump, but we're going to go there and make it look like Trump supporters interrupted the election.
I mean, they went straight from a Trump rally to there, right?
It felt like it. I don't know. I wasn't there. It was just all what I got from the news. But there had been a rally and stuff too. So I don't know. It was a crazy thing. They
crazy.
brought a Confederate flag into the Capitol building, and that didn't happen during the Civil War. You know,
yeah.
like
I know.
150 years after the war is done.
Isn't that like, yeah, there's just something about that. You're just like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
you know?
It feels weird, wrong. I don't know.
It
Really
is
wrong.
weird, and it is wrong.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
That's why it feels that way.
Calvin, you're shaking your leg, I can tell.
My desk is very bouncy. It's on its lowest setting.
Oh, Calvin,
Jesus, Calvin, quit.
Calvin, no!
Shaking
What if everything
so
just started
much.
It's
falling
an
off?
earthquake just on him.
It's snapping any moment.
Like, I
Agent
can-
of chaos.
I can jiggle my stuff a little bit, but I'm not trying to go crazy.
I'm trying not to go crazy either, but I still gotta jiggle my legs sometimes. That's how I stay skinny, Aaron.
All right, jiggle away. Eric, that's what you should do. You should jiggle.
I jiggle.
I barely moved my
It's not on
desk, and it
purpose.
caused so much more jiggling than before.
What else have we had going on this week? I finished Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah, how was
Okay.
that?
That was a fun thing.
Yeah.
It's tough because probably could have taken me a couple streams. I did over like 4 or 5 streams, just because I decided to play on veteran difficulty and wanted to go harder into like the game in general, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I figure like it'd make me better at the multiplayer if I go against the AI at a harder rate.
Yeah, because they can do things that human players cannot do.
Yeah. You know, they're programmed to do this or that. So like if they want to chase me, they're gonna chase me.
Yeah.
And they know where I'm going when I know where I'm going. You know,
Yeah.
like if I push left, they know I'm going left immediately. Whereas
Like, they know where
a
you
person
are
needs
because
to
they
register.
know where
Like, oh,
you.
they're going that way. They're going that way.
Yeah, they know where you're going because they know where you're not going.
Yes, I guess, Calvin. I guess that's true. So, but that was fun. I enjoyed that. Story was pretty good. It wasn't. I didn't feel like it was super engulfed in like any heavy lore from other Star Wars entities. You know what I mean? Like, but it was still pretty fun.
Yeah. Cool.
I like a lot of the characters and stuff they did. So, we also had. I know a lot of people have been asking about it. I've gotten tweets about it. We have reacted. And I think we mentioned it before. We reacted to Doctor Who. Like that has been done.
Yeah, it's done. We had
It's
to,
coming.
we had to get it edited, and then we had to deal with, a lot of people were reporting they're having some copyright problems, but ours should, barring any other further problems, go up tonight at some point. So that New Year's special will go up.
Yeah.
Reaction.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I played Cyberpunk over the weekend, which I'm having a lot more fun than I was. It's,
That's good.
It kind of has like a slower start, but it's really started opening up for me.
Yeah.
And it's become a lot of fun. It's fun to try and puzzle out the encounters without having to use any sort of gun or grenade or firearm or anything.
Sure, yeah.
And
Sticking to that play style.
it's trying to as best I can.
So is it like 3D Miami
Hotline Miami?
Hotline Miami? Yeah, I always said it backwards.
Kinda. So
Like to where you have to run in a room and like, okay, I know this guy has a gun. I have to kill him first, and then run over here, jump down on this guy, kind of thing. Or is it? Like,
I think it's gonna get easier as I go on. Like a lot of encounters, it's not too bad. Now that I'm putting more points into hacking, because I'm trying to do like a hack and slash gameplay. So hacking as in like the computer hacking.
Yeah.
And then slashing with my blade. But the hacking has proved pretty effective so far. But there's some instances where it doesn't work as well as others, either because of the enemy type you're going against or just because the game's bugged and
Gotcha.
it doesn't work the way it should.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I was watching last night. Like, there's several exploits and stuff that people are using to gain invincibility
yeah,
by interrupting a cutscene, and then if you just never finish the cutscene, like basically like you have invincibility when you're in this car, but as soon as you get out of the car and walk into a building, you lose the invincibility. So
But
people are not walking into the building and just walking away from that mission, and they just have invincibility for the rest of the game.
nice.
Weird.
Yeah.
I certainly believe it. I have not encountered that one myself yet.
Oh
but,
yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, it's been enjoyable, and you can certainly see that it's by the same team that did The Witcher. Like in terms of tone and setting and everything, it's so different, but there's so many elements in it that are so much the same, which is comforting, I guess.
Okay.
As someone who really loves The Witcher 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fun to be able to experience that sort of gameplay loop in a much different world.
Sure, yeah. It's like, it's new but familiar
Yeah.
in that regard. That's cool. It's like how you can play a Zelda game, play a completely different one, but the tropes of some puzzles can remain the same. Like, oh, I know what to do here. And then they play with you with doing that too. But
Sure.
it's like, if there's an eye, I should probably hit it with an arrow.
And I should probably hit it 3 times.
Yeah, right.
3.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up not playing Assassin's Creed, though I have played Assassin's Creed a lot on my own at home throughout the week, just doing like, all the stuff that's not really, you don't really need to stream. I feel like, like I'm going to spend the next 2 hours finding all the gold in this region, or all the silver, I should say.
Yeah.
And I do that, and I like listen to like a podcast or something at the same time. So that's been fun. And, I also do some of the mysteries as well, which are these kind of just little stories that, some of them are crazy. The one I think I did it 2 days ago, or maybe it was Sunday night, where I just found this like nun and her like 4 sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just pissed off that this camp down the road had taken something from them. So they're like, we're going to do something about this. And I'm like, yeah. And my character's like, do you need like help? He's like, yeah. And we all just ran down this place, and they didn't have any weapons because they're nuns.
Nuns.
So there was like fighting people as I'm like cutting through them, and they're just like punching people. It's like, yeah, we got it. And then they got to go across the river, and as we're crossing the river, wolves attacked us, and then nuns like, they start punching the wolves. I'm like, this is crazy.
Why don't they have weapons?
That's amazing.
The nuns.
The nuns are just fighting wolves barehanded.
Yeah,
These are badass.
it's fantastic.
nuns.
Did you take them on your side? Is that what happened?
I helped them. Yeah, I was inspired by their bravery, so I helped them.
I mean, how could
Okay,
you not
I
be?
I know.
Obviously.
And like all the mystery,
Viking
little
nuns.
like side quests that last like 10 minutes. They're all like that. They're so fun.
That's cool.
So I've been doing that in Valhalla. What else this week, though? I mean, this week, obviously there was big things this week, but we had probably one of my favorite reactions of all time, which was a Cobra Kai reaction. It's actually up on Foresight reaction today. But man, that was so good. And then we just we watched it, and then we got done recording, and we just kept talking about it. And I just didn't take the footage out of the camera because I was just so excited and left.
No, it's been a good week. We had that, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine
great.
this week was great.
We had a good Naruto today as well.
Yep. A great one.
A lot of solid stuff. I'm still not recovered from my fit of laughter from this morning.
Fit of
From
laughter.
today? Yeah, that was pretty good.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Man.
There's just some funny things that sometimes they just catch you, and you're like, Jesus, that was great.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Jancy was able to snag us a PS5, so we're finally going to have a PS5 at the studio, which has been cool. And then...
I still feel reluctant to believe it, because we don't have
Sure,
it yet.
yeah.
And I'm like,
I know.
it can't be
Yeah.
true. It can't be true.
Well, we got a bundle, so we got a lot of stuff with it, but we did get a PS5.
It's just going to be a PS4 with like a tape sticker with a 5 on it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a PS3 and a PS2 taped
Sure.
together.
But yeah.
I've seen so many of those.
So we're excited by that. She also got me probably one of the sweetest, most personal gifts I've ever been given. She bought me a box. She bought me a mint condition, empty
Sail barge?
Jabba Sail Barge box.
Whoa.
So that I can
gosh.
take my...
How'd you find a mint condition empty?
I don't know.
People
Who's-
save their boxes.
Yeah, but who got that item? He's like, you know what I need? I'm gonna sell this mint condition box and take this out.
For people like me that, if you would ever need it, like, don't throw
They
this
must be
away.
like an out of box collector, maybe, and they're like,
They-
you know what?
definitely.
I'll sell this box and maybe make some money.
But
from
what
it.
they
They're
did was
splitting-
they flattened it and they pressed it so that it's like it's in mint condition.
Yeah.
So I can take my Jabba Sail Barge. For those that don't know, it's HasLab's Jabba Sail Barge that unfortunately I had water damage on
Go
mine.
get it, Eric.
I know.
You can show people.
I really could. It's downstairs. But yeah, mine got water damage in the box, and for those that know, I'm a mint inbox collector, so it was. Oh man, my Jabba Sail Barge is fine inside.
Yeah.
But on one side, it's destroyed, the box is, and I'm like, that sucks, but, what are you going to do? But she found the solution, and it was, she told me now, I was like, holy shit, that's the best, so, and it's not cheap.
I wouldn't imagine.
It's not cheap.
What are you doing with the old box?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's gonna press it and sell it.
Maybe.
See, I used to do that with my Nintendo 64 games.
Yeah.
I remember I had a box filled with boxes.
With boxes.
From the game cartridges, because the game cartridges
Yeah.
I would take out and I would put them in like this little like storage thing. But all
Yeah.
the boxes and the books, I would put the books in the boxes, flatten the things out, and I put them all in this one box that my mom had given me. So I just had a box full of boxes.
Sure.
And eventually when I got older, I'm like, what am I doing with all these?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing with this.
She set the thoughtfulness bar high, Eric. You've got to
I know.
consider this for whenever the next gift is.
Yeah, some people are asking. I'll go get the box. I literally have it right downstairs.
You do?
I can go get it.
It weighs like 50 pounds.
It's not terrible.
But yeah, no.
It's mostly water weight.
There's something weird like going to like a pre-owned store.
Water weight. Gosh. Too soon, Rick.
There's something different about going to like a pre-owned store where you find like old like games for like SNES or N64, and they're out of their package or they're in the box.
Yeah.
You see when it's in the box, it's kind of like, whoa, look at this.
Yeah.
Somebody really cared about this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I wish I saw those boxes because I don't think I have them anymore. I think I got rid of them sometime in one of my moves or whatever.
I'd never had the boxes for like the NES stuff. Like I always got it secondhand from,
Like a hand-me-down or something.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So like the most I ever had was like the black plastic sleeves that they would go into.
Oh, yeah.
Which
Like the static sleeves or whatever.
yeah, and so like it would have them, and it would also have the manuals in a lot of cases in them. So at least I had the manuals.
Well, that's good. It always shocks me how big that is.
Here,
Right?
I'll switch the camera.
Switch
Okay.
switch to the
They can
420.
see it. Can they see it?
Yep.
So yeah, this is the box.
And you can see the damage on the top.
So yeah, I had water damage, and all of this cardboard is warped and ripped and destroyed. You can see the water line, how deep it went. So that's what happened to that box.
You know what'd only be better is if the one guy sent you that box with your 5 PS5s.
But yeah, so this is
"Man,
a
the PS5 is massive."
yeah. So this was a HasLab project. So it was the first one that Hasbro did.
Yeah, which you also got another HasLab.
I got the Razor Crest. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got the Kenner name on it too. Like,
It does.
Kenner didn't make that.
No.
That's
So-
purely for the box.
It's because it's called the Vintage Collection.
Yeah.
Kenner made all the vintage
Yeah.
things, so they
The figures.
that line is meant to look like the old Kenner line, you know?
Like,
So-
did they buy the Kenner name just to?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah, because Kenner is.
that's awesome.
It
Yeah.
doesn't exist anymore. Someone bought that. Right?
No, Kenner doesn't exist anymore. No, I don't believe so. But yeah, I mean that, you know, the box is real fucked up. Just on one end, it's fine on the other end. But I had it, you know, flipped upside down from where it is right now.
You
so
had it in the box that it shipped in.
I had it in the box it shipped in. So that box was inside another box
Inside a sleeve of plastic, which was folded over on the end.
on
like-
the other. Yeah, it
Like
was.
like a loaf of bread.
So I had water in my, you know, like, I don't know, less than an inch of water, but it soaked up, you know? Mm-hmm. And it was a terrible day, and I've never gotten over it. So now I have a new box that I can take that stuff out of and put in the new one. And then seal it, and then pretend that it was never opened.
And it was fine. Will that affect the pricing for it? Or
Yeah,
will
it definitely. But I don't really care at that point. I just like having it. You know, I don't imagine, unless something terrible would happen to me, or if I got, you know,
as long as it's new
into some kind of
in a
medical
new
debt, I'm
box.
never getting rid of my collection. So
medical
it's
debt.
for me.
Some
you know?
Breaking Bad kind of stuff, right?
Exactly.
Like, what do
yeah.
I do?
So it's either meth or get rid of my figures. And once I exhausted the meth option, then I have to do that.
That's how it is.
Yep. So anyway, that was a really cool part of the week for me too.
That's cool.
Eric, it's one of the main reasons to have children, so you can pass your collection down.
No, but then they get it. It's mine.
But you'll be dead.
No, I'll be buried with it, like the great pharaohs of old, Rick.
What? You get buried?
Yeah, I'll get like a pyramid.
You need a pyramid for how big your collection is.
I might need it. Yeah.
It's like just you buried in a pyramid
Yeah.
with a bunch of Star Wars things. People come, they're like, oh, look, people coming to visit Eric's grave. They just want to look at
Yeah.
the collection.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm a couple hours away from having it displayed, my collection displayed the way I want it. So maybe when I'm all done, we'll have to do like a field trip and see the collection one day. People have
field
asked for it and stuff, but we'll see.
Just do like a tour video.
Yeah. Did I talk about? We talked last week about you giving me a replacement part 2 for that collection. So
Yes.
that was nice as well.
Mine probably wasn't as expensive.
It came up
Still
when
is
you're like, Aaron,
thoughtful.
ask me a question. And I was like, who's the guy no one knows?
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. It was, it'd be interesting seeing what else. Like, is there a lot more that you lost? Or was that like the big thing?
I mean, this was the big thing. Everything else was more of like, you know, kind of the cheaper individual figures that I just had on the floor, you know. Most of the big boxes or the expensive stuff was kind of up off of the floor. So,
That
It
was just
happens.
too big to get off the floor.
yeah. Where are you going to put it on? Yeah.
Yeah.
I had other things on top of it.
Luckily for those things.
It
Yeah.
sacrificed itself to save those.
It did. It did.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah.
I had another really good thing of the week too. Evie and I last night, like I was watching all the stuff that was happening in DC, and at a certain point, like there was a recess or something, and like Evie was with me, and so I wanted to do something else. So we started playing through a game called Florence. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I think so, yeah.
It's an indie game where you play as like a young woman, and it basically just goes through a period of her life.
Mm-hmm.
Is that by the same developers that did Gris?
Maybe.
I
It kind of has a similar feel, so I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't. But it was a really nice, touching game that, like, the gameplay elements were pretty minimal as far as, like, what you did in it, but it told the story using gameplay elements in an interesting way. And it was just nice to be able to play that with her, and, like, she's only 7, but we were having, like, conversations about, like, you know, dreams and relationships and just life in general. It invoked a really interesting, deep conversation between the two of us.
Yeah.
So
That's nice.
had a lot of fun with it. We were able to beat it in one sitting. So
cool.
Good.
really good stuff. It's just good to see games like deal with things that like girls might go through,
Mhm.
Okay.
and like things I might not have experienced, but like we can both experience those kind of things through games together and have like a shared language almost.
Hmm.
It was a really cool experience. Highly recommended.
Is the game similar
nice.
to like a Life is Strange like story kind of thing, or?
It's almost like a motion comic,
Okay.
but with some like light gameplay elements.
Okay.
Like I don't think you can do anything to not continue the story. Like you can not play the game, but there isn't there isn't like a failure. or anything.
There's no ways of changing anything or decision making, whatever. Is it kind of just experiencing a story?
Not that I saw. Yeah, I think it's mainly just like an interactive experience more than a game.
Gotcha.
But still something I would recommend.
Oh, I was thinking of Journey, Rick. It's a different developer.
Yeah.
Oh.
Journey and Flower or Flower.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't made by the Journey developer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, my kids yesterday, Melanie had them watching what all was going on, and it made me think about, like, I think maybe we talked about it a little bit yesterday. It was like back when I was, closer to Leon's age, my big thing I remember was watching on the news, 9/11 happening,
Mhm.
and then after that having, like, America kind of coming together over this external force and whatnot. And then here, like, my kids are watching, like, internal forces and, like, America coming apart and,
Yeah.
battling each other and stuff. And it's like, well, this is
It's
crazy.
Quite different.
Yeah.
Especially after a year of their lives also changing due to
COVID and stuff.
COVID.
Pandemic,
You know?
yeah.
It's
All that
just
stuff
such a
has been
weird
crazy.
time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got home yesterday, Evie showed me a picture she made, and it was like a protest sign.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
No, I mean, it's crazy. I guess one of the best things from yesterday with all that was me and Melanie afterwards were watching a lot of the House and the Senate and stuff, talking about what happened and what was going on and their thoughts, and a lot of people kind of changed back their thoughts that they had. and some of the
Reverse
things.
their
Yeah, like,
positions.
heard Mitch McConnell say some things I've never heard him say before, and I was like, what the hell? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's definitely been some positions
It's a little
switched
too late,
around,
but
which
yeah.
was like crazy.
Yeah.
Now they're on recess, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. It's
Feels like there's work to be done.
yeah, there's definitely is, and it's a matter of like, I think the thing that we're missing right now is leadership in a few ways, especially governmental wise, where it's too much finger pointing and not enough of like, well, let's take responsibility and then let's push forward and do what we think's best for everyone. A lot of it's a what's best for me kind of outlook, I think, and that's been the problem that we're having up there. Even the video from our president talking about the situation, I didn't feel like took responsibility or anything like it should have,
Mhm.
or talked really in any kind of fashion. Really, he just kind of talked around it and then said go home and said love you. It's
Yeah. I feel your pain. I love you.
like I was like
It's just like
Not really.
all of this stuff that we're dealing with, like it's all been present for a long time, but because we're so much more connected and so instantaneously connected, it's just everything's hyper advanced, It's like, everybody has the ability to voice their opinions, and while all opinions can be equal, they're not all, correct,
yeah.
Yeah.
and who's to tell you which the correct one is? And well, then that means that you need to go look for yourself. But for any opinion, there is a million validating opinions out there,
Yeah, you can search for whatever and turn off everything else.
I know it's like it makes you think like I always felt, at least whenever I went to school, that school just told you the things that you should know and not necessarily prepare you to find out the things you should know. I was also just a bad student, but I feel like now I'm better at learning as I am knowing certain things, you know?
Yeah, like I wish school took the college approach earlier.
Yeah.
Where it's more about discovering the answers rather than just memorizing the answers.
Memorizing things. Sure.
I definitely agree.
And not all colleges are equal either.
Yeah,
No.
that's true.
Yeah.
No, I agree with all of that. And it's just, the methods that were done yesterday were very different than ones we had previously, where like when we had protests before, I felt like National Guard was there right away. We had this going on this time, and it was like the National Guard was like, all right, they're coming. No, they're not coming. Okay, well, how are they going to come? And it's like,
Yeah.
I was reading a thing talking about how like the mayor has no ability to call in National Guards. That's governors. And since it's not a state, DC has no governor.
DC has no governor.
Yeah.
So it's solely based on like the president to call it.
And,
So
but
it's
it
like-
wasn't
and
the president.
It's
this
the
time.
most
It was Vince.
underrepresented
Yeah.
city in America.
Which is the crazy thing because he made sure to call him for like previous protests going on last year,
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what was the difference here? This time they're breaking into the Capitol building. They didn't do that last time. I don't remember that being on the news.
Well, no, because at the start of the protest, there was National Guard, like, posted every 2 feet on the steps of the Capitol.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think it was a Capitol. I think that was actually the Lincoln Memorial.
The memorial.
Yeah, where they were doing like one of their bigger protests. But even still, like that
Sure.
was
That was preemptive.
That's a preemptive protection of a memorial, not where they're currently having Congress.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's even a bigger deal to protect Congress and, the
and-
election and all that kind of democracy.
When Congress is having such an important vote, too.
Yeah,
that's the
exactly.
thing.
Like,
That's
they
what
were-
makes it different. That like the other protests throughout the summer and stuff. I mean, a woman was shot in her bed, in her house. Like people were being killed. Not going to the Capitol, breaking windows and breaking in. Like people were dying in the streets, and there's a certain amount of people that are like, enough's enough. But this was to directly oppose the democratic process. This
Yeah.
was a government, borderline seditious thing that was happening here.
Well, there's a reason
not
why-
just anger.
Yeah. There's a reason why they were talking about like traitors were tossed around and different things like that and a coup.
Yeah.
It wasn't because they have been oppressed and, killed in the streets for little to no reason or something, or without due process or
Yeah.
any of that. They were just, well, our guy lost the popularity contest. We're mad. That's
Yeah.
what it turned into.
Sure.
And it's
And, I mean, they're breaking into what is essentially the people's house. Mm-hmm. It's...
Yeah, I mean, like that stuff happens. It goes to court, and like the Trump stuff, like with Trump and his allegation of mass voter fraud. It's like, well, I feel like you might have had your day in court 40 times.
They have a lot to say until they're under perjury.
And guess what? There was fucking nothing revealed in court, and then out of court, like, oh yeah, we have what do they call it, the Kraken. We have the Kraken. Once this comes out, everybody will know. Fucking nothing came out, If there's something there, you need to show it. You need to have your day. A lot of these people that died in the streets don't have their day in court.
There's a thing I read that was there's a person who's talking about like I'm trying to think of the whole list. They were like, so the senators can't be trusted, Bill Barr can't be trusted, the local courts can't be trusted, the Supreme Courts can't be trusted, the police can't be trusted. They went through all this list and like, but Donald Trump, we can trust him. Like, so we can't trust all of this for like the election fraud kind of stuff and what they're going through basically, but we can trust him.
It's like Occam's razor.
It's like, well, you can't
Like, which
trust.
is the more likely of the two?
Yeah.
That we can't trust all of these institutions and systems and checks and balances, or this one man who is known to be a liar?
I'm not even sure if I can give Trump the credit that he's a liar. Like, he might really just believe the conspiracy theories.
It's like well, I think it's like the narcissistic side of him that's like, well, I can't be wrong. I must be right. And I will push it because he might just believe that he's right. It's not that he's like trying to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. He believes what he believes. And that's just what he goes with, I don't know what else. I don't know what else it could be. Because it comes to a point when like, all right, guys, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I made it all up,
I mean,
whatever.
It could be that. It could also just be that he just knows how to play the game and how, people just like to hear what they believe. They don't like the beliefs challenged. People don't, no one likes to feel wrong.
Sure.
And, when you are wrong, it feels exactly like being right until you find out you're wrong, So what the fuck are you going to do about that?
I mean,
He's, is he dumb? I don't think so. I think he's incredibly clever and smart. I also just think he just plays a system that is set up for, none of this shit's perfect. We haven't figured this shit out, It's been what? How many? 200 years of America. It's not much in the grand scheme of things.
No,
Not really.
it really isn't.
So
I mean, yeah, like, what does a kid do when they're caught in a lie? They make up another lie to cover it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the system is slow enough to where if you can open up enough fronts and tell as many lies as you can, like, people are scrambling to catch up, and he's just done that for so long.
Yeah. But you see some of these supporters, and I know and love people that are Trump supporters. I have members of my family that are Trump supporters, and I can have a rational conversation with them and not get in an argument, but they're not the ones that are like wanting for a Trump dynasty. It's gonna be Ivanka next and then Eric next, and I'm like, you want this? Does this sound good to you? Because it sounds like you're trying to install a king,
Yeah.
that can do no wrong if he defines wrong the way he wants to. I don't know. I don't want to go super hard into it, but there's a feeling I had yesterday where, I told you guys this, like sometimes when you grow up and you realize, oh, you know what? My parents didn't know what they were doing all the time. But as a kid, I always thought it. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. But I know now, like, oh, they were just making up as they went along sometimes. Yeah. And I felt that way about society yesterday.
You definitely learned that when you become a parent.
Exactly.
I don't know the hell I'm
But
doing.
I felt that way about society yesterday.
So
No one knows what the fuck they're doing. Yeah. Anyway, it was a sobering time.
it was.
Yes.
It was. Calvin, how's Jedi Fallen Order going?
It's fun.
What
I
difficulty
like
you playing on?
Huh?
What difficulty you playing on?
Jedi Master. So like I don't know. I've heard two ways of it. I've heard that it's the hard, and I've heard that it's the normal.
Okay. So there's like one beyond it?
There is one beyond it, yeah. Which is Jedi Grandmaster. Which is, I don't know, there's like 4 levels of difficulty. There's like the just for fun, like it's combat super easy, you get the cutscenes and all that, you get the story. And then there's like gentle combat for like beginners.
So yeah, there's story, Jedi Knight, Jedi Master, and Jedi Grandmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So where you at?
Huh?
Have you gotten farther than when we played it the first time?
Oh yeah, I got further than when we played it the first time on my first stream. I cannot remember the planet names for the life of me.
That's fine.
So
I'm on Kashyyyk right now. I remember that one.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one before playing the game.
You start out on Braca.
Braca,
You go to
yeah.
Borgano. Then I think from there, where'd you go? Then you went to Zepho, right? And then to Kashyyyk.
Let's see. I went to Bogano. I went to Zepho.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Kashyyyk. No, actually, I'm back on Zepho.
Back on Zepho. That's the thing about the game is like sometimes when I was playing it the first time, like I don't want to. I gotta make sure I see everything. But I've since played it like 3 times, and now when I do it, I'm like I'll be back because you end up going back to places.
Yeah, that is one thing about like the maps and stuff. There are a lot of puzzles, which I like.
Yeah.
But the one thing I don't like about like this kind of map style is that like I have to pass things and not do them because I don't have the ability to get there yet.
Sure.
And
It's very Zelda in that regard.
it is
Metroid.
Yeah.
like I don't like leaving things undone. Like when I go through an area, I'm always the person in like Fallout and stuff like that.
Sure.
I will carry every little bit of scrap and
Yeah.
armor and weapon and everything back to my home, over encumbered, and I will walk for 2 hours
Sure.
in real life, over encumbered, so I don't have to walk back there and go through those hallways and pick up that scrap again.
Yeah.
So having to do this, like, okay, I got to go here. Okay, I've learned this new technique. Now I can go back here through this one door that I couldn't before.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating to me, but I'm enjoying the story enough to where it's not such a big deal.
Yeah. Like I said, I played it a couple of times. I watched a little bit of your stream. And yeah, you've encountered bugs that I just have not encountered ever. And then a couple of drop frame issues, which I had a couple drop frame issues, like when a cutscene would start. But I saw yours. You had, like, you just had some drop. I don't know what was going on with it, man.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I mean, we got a PS4 Pro.
Yeah, I mean,
it should be okay. But
that's what I never played on the first time.
Like what you were seeing.
Well, it's the same thing. I guess it's a little different because Aaron played it in virtual reality, but it sounded like we had a much different experience for Resident Evil 7 as well on that same PS4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fallen Order does have a new game plus. I'm just playing the regular new game.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want all the added stuff that Eric got on his playthrough.
All it would give you, I think, you don't get your powers. I think
you don't
only
get the powers.
Like,
I
cosmetics.
think you get the cosmetics and you get training in meditation.
Okay.
It's a mix of my feelings on New Game Plus. Of like, if it's a good idea or not. Because, like, I feel like your first experience, like, most games, your first experience is probably going to be your only experience with it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, that should probably be the best experience. Where
It's
some
like
games,
the most... It's the one that changes your perspective on the game the most, right? Like,
But-
you can't make a second first impression.
Well, not necessarily. Like, there are certain games that your New Game Plus is definitely going to be your best playthrough of it. Like Devil May Cry 5 and 3 and probably most of them.
Some games can do things where, like, when you get to the New Game Plus, it opens up or changes something different. It's like a different experience almost, you know?
Yeah. And, like, that's the experience that the developer wanted you to have, but they have to, like, get you trained through it, through, like, the first playthrough. So I wonder if Jedi Fallen Order is like that, or if, like, the first experience is going to be your best experience with it.
I imagine it's the first experience is the best. I mean, like I said, I've done it a couple of times, and all that was better for me the second and third time was that I didn't have the added stress or need to entertain while streaming, so I could spend time and actually get good at the game.
Good. Yeah. Now you got good.
Yeah, I feel like it's the same way with Breath of the Wild or some of the other games that I've played. But Assassin's Creed, like, playing it on stream, there's just, I don't know. It's probably just me and the fact that I don't play a lot of games, where I just kind of had this, like, mental block of, like, not being able to pick up a mechanic, so I kind of skip over it sometimes. And I don't want to waste time being like, okay, so I missed this. I don't want people seeing me as an idiot by trying to figure it out again, so I just will ignore it. Like, I've done that before. And then when I play it at home and I don't have that added level, I just pick it up and I'm able to be better. But with Valhalla, I'm able to do that and then come back in, and I'm much better now when I'm playing, you know? I didn't have that with Fallen Order.
Yeah.
You just look like a fool, Eric. People love it.
That's fine.
That's what I do.
I don't have a problem with it.
All the time.
Yeah.
That's why people come to watch me.
But motherfucker, you got luck on, Calvin.
I hate that mechanic.
It's the best mechanic. Z targeting and Ocarina of Time change games.
I believe that it changed games.
You'll play so much better if you learn to play with it.
The thing about it is, I think I'm spoiled by playing, like, one of the best action fighting games ever.
Sure.
By playing Ghost of Tsushima.
Sure.
And, like...
You didn't lock on then either.
No, but you didn't need to. Like, the combat... The combat was so good.
Yeah.
And I got spoiled by it. I think it's part of my problem. I got spoiled by it, and I got used to it. And now, like, it's a more technical style that I need to get accustomed to.
Yeah.
You should
tell you what,
we should have Eric play Ghost of Tsushima while you're playing Fallen Order.
Yeah.
Like, as the comparison.
I want to, honestly.
It's on my list too.
Yeah.
I have played Sekiro.
Tell you what, man, the best combat I've ever done my entire life on a game is God of War, and it locked on. So
Devil May Cry locked on too.
Yeah.
You can like lock on. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't.
Sure.
Eric, I will say, I'm pretty sure you used lock on the last boss. That took you a while.
Oh no, it did. I mean, I was playing Jedi Master difficulty then as well.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, that's like, you know, I feel like, man, I'm really fucking up. And then you have, at that point, I had like 1,200 people watching. Man, I'm fucking up in front of 1,200 people. I get fucked up. I fuck up more, you know? But I remember playing it my second time at home and be like, all right, here's the final boss. I'm ready. And I beat it first try. You know, I'm like, oh. I'm just better now, I guess.
Did you play it on the same or the harder difficulty?
Harder. I played on the Grandmaster on that one. But I also, you know,
like if I played through Dark Souls 1 again, I'd be better and understand more. And not do the stupid mistakes that I did the first time, having not understand what's going on. Where people would look at me like, Aaron, what the hell are you doing? That's not how you do this, boss. I'm like, I don't know what I do.
Like
I'm figuring it out. I'm learning.
Like, those are very different but equally fun playthroughs, I feel like, is Dark Souls. Where, like, the first one, especially if it's your first Souls game ever, like, there's just something so special about that and the frustration that you're trying to deal with. But then, like, the second one, where you do kind of know what you're doing, is just, like, the stark difference is so clear.
Sure. In terms of, like, a New Game Plus, I always loved Ocarina of Time Master Quest. That came whenever you pre-ordered Zelda Wind Waker. You got this GameCube disc that gave you Master Quests, and it just changed all the dungeons and, like, enemy types and stuff. So, it just, you know, same story, different game, you know? Same locations, but different ways to get through them.
Yeah, the first Zelda did that too with its second quest.
It did, yeah. And then it's also different whenever you... Because I played Twilight Princess first on GameCube, and then I played it again on the Wii, and that was different because they mirrored the game.
Yeah.
Because Link is left-handed, but most people are right-handed, and whenever you went to the Wii, you suddenly had motion control. So they wanted most people to be able to use their right hand and have it match, you know? But the game wasn't built for that, so they just flipped everything.
That's why Skyward Sword was made as a right-handed
Link, yeah.
Did they flip everything, or they just flipped Link?
No, in Twilight Princess, the entire world is flipped.
That's weird.
So, like, if the castle was west, it is now east, you know? That's what it's like. And it really felt like it doesn't look the same. It almost feels like a different game, but it's not, because it's the same.
That's
like
weird.
It's the upside down.
I wonder if there's a reason they did that instead of just swapping, like,
I think just
Link.
the limitations. They just had no idea they were going to do that, because Twilight Princess got, you know, it was going to be way earlier in its release, and it got pushed back to, we'll also release this on the Wii. It's like, so people want this kind of motion control, you know, being able to fight with the sword thing, so make it happen. And like, well, we can't, just because of the way that the game was programmed.
Yeah, like,
but we can mirror it.
As long as there isn't any, like, readable text in the game, like, mirroring it would be easier than animating it in his other hand.
There's not, because everything's in Highland.
Yeah.
So it's a different font. So the text that shows up is the same, but obviously not in-game stuff. So, I mean, I remember playing that again and being like, I have no idea where to go. I don't even, like, I would, like, go the wrong direction, you know? Very disorienting, but also kind of fun. It made for a unique experience.
Yeah, I'll be, and if you've missed the Squadrons playthrough or the Fallen Order playthroughs or anything too, we do have our Twitch archives over on YouTube as well.
Yep.
So if you don't like watching things here as VODs on Twitch, you can check that out. It's linked in our channels thing on our YouTube channel as well. So you can check that out as well.
There is going to be highlights for Calvin's Fallen Order gameplay. The first one was late. It's probably going to go up tonight, and then the next one will go up when, you know, the morning Calvin plays. But
Tuesday morning.
There'll just be small highlights, and then there'll be a link in there as well to the Twitch channel or the Twitch archive that has them as well.
Playthrough.
Yeah, I'm looking at going on. I had a tweet that I did, and I'm looking at doing a Pokemon challenge run. I was kind of doing it originally as like my birthday present to me, because I had my birthday coming up and I was gonna be streaming on it. So I'm like, you know what? I want to do a Pokemon challenge run of some sort. Since then, though, I've also found out that there's a Pokemon 25th anniversary is coming up here in February. So rather than rushing through, a lot of people asked for some kind of Nuzlocke. So I think I'm going to do some kind of Nuzlocke run.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out what generation I want to run through.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be starting that on Monday.
Cool.
So it'd be interesting. And I guess that's a new game plus.
Sure, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know. I would say, you know what? Best new game plus was Gold and Silver.
When you just got to replay.
Yeah, where you beat it, and then you just go
cut-down
to
version.
the region you played in the
Yeah.
first generation, and you play through all that. Like, that was great.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I'm excited to try to do no, I've never actually done a Nuzlocke. The closest I really came to doing one was Calvin and I attempted like this 2-player versus Nuzlocke.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fire Red versus Leaf Green.
Yeah, it was
kinda
like Fire
thing.
Red, Leaf Green, and it was, I don't know how long ago that was.
That was
It was a long time ago.
that was like 2017, wasn't it?
I don't know.
It was a long time ago.
It's been a while. I think there's a little bit of that on the channel somewhere. I think some highlights here on Twitch too of that, but I think it's the closest I really came to doing like a Nuzlocke run, and it was fun, but I've never actually completed one. So
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever played like an actual Pokemon game, other than like Pokemon Go, and I think it's the last time I've ever played a Pokemon game, other than like Pokemon Go.
Yeah. I wonder what's been going on with Twitch. It seems like since the beginning of the year we've been having, or Twitch itself has just been having some problems.
there's been
Yeah,
some
that's
issues.
weird.
Yeah,
They're probably sharing servers with Patreon.
there's been
God.
issues happening with Twitch,
Yeah.
poll stuff.
like, you know, you were live with Cyberpunk last weekend, but
Chat went down.
chat went down. you know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was like, maybe no one's here, and they all just left. That's entirely possible as well, because no one was chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, if you're here, start chatting in Discord.
You just went to like live.
and no one
Twitch.
said anything.
Yep.
No, like if I click the manage poll button, it says hang in there, we're loading your activity, and it just loads and then closes, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
well, something's wrong.
People
So,
were looking back at our old stuff, and it was like, you need a time machine to view this.
Yeah.
So it's just
My hope is that they're retooling things to help with copyright issues, and that's why things are.
I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, part of my decision may go into what game I want to do for Nuzlocke, but it may also go into what games I have that I'm willing to also reset to do a Nuzlocke challenge. Because
yeah,
Oh.
because you would have to reset.
Well, you could just
Everything,
get a
wouldn't
new
you?
cartridge, right?
I could. They cost a bit.
Yeah.
Some of them, like some Pokemon games, don't drop at all. Like they started at like $50 when they came out. They're still like $50, sometimes $60, something like that. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well-
I'll see what I want to do. I could always. I've heard of people doing like emulators.
Yeah.
I think that's how we actually did Fire Red and Leaf Green.
Mhm.
But because it was just easier to link online. Because
Well, because we also had like
also
the
an
team
old-
viewer thing, to where we could do the battles and stuff.
So like
Yeah.
it was easier to do that and link up and everything. So, but with this one, I might do it on the DS, and then I just gotta figure out which gen I want to do. I think I
Whichever
have
one
an
is
extra.
cheapest.
I think I have an extra X or Y that I might be able to reset and maybe do that way, but I will see.
I think I have an unplayed version of either black or white, maybe both.
Yeah, I had bought in a black or white, or black and white version 2 maybe, and I sped run through that. I'd never played it before, and all I wanted to do was transfer my Heart Gold Pokemon over into Sword and Shield, but you had to clear Pokemon Black and White version 2 to unlock a special mini game that you then could put your Pokemon into, and then transfer it into the DS, to then transfer it into the bank, to then transfer it into Sword and Shield, or into Home, to then transfer it into Sword and Shield.
Jeez.
It was a long thing, but
So
I
I just wanted to make sure that people.
so I'm like, I
weren't
just want to beat this game and get to this. So I watched like a speed run on like Black and White version 2, and basically did what they did. I'm just like watching it and going through. Like what took them 2 hours probably took me like, I don't know, 8 hours of play.
Sure.
Of
But
like
it would
playing.
have taken you. Like,
Yeah, but how long would it take me just to beat it normally?
Yeah.
So I'm going through like, do this, hurry up, finish this, and this Excadrill's so good, and like,
yes, somebody said that Heart Gold is like selling for $100 right now.
yeah, Heart Gold, Soul Silver are big ones.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people love those, the Gen 2s. I would make a poll, but it doesn't work right now. So sorry,
Yeah, some
guys.
people were saying that, well, I can watch you guys, but you're super tiny.
Yeah, it went down for me a little bit ago too.
Yeah.
Perhaps we shouldn't announce things.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
right.
Wait
We
till
should-
tomorrow.
People might
Maybe
not.
we should wait till tomorrow.
People might not be able to see it.
It might be there might be some bugs and people might miss it.
Well, also, I can't show them anything to do with it either because my laptop broke.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
I'll have to show them on my phone. I'm not sure what that's gonna look like. Let me do a test here. Like, what's this gonna look
But
like?
it's been so weird that Twitch has been
It's
having
not
all these
terrible.
issues because
Yeah, it's not too terrible, Rick.
I just need to fix the focus.
it's a crazy
Yeah.
looking thing there, Rick.
I mean, it's not like they're like, well, I couldn't see it. Now I can't figure it out. So.
Yeah.
You got the gist.
Too, though, I want to show
Yeah, I get you.
the thing. Let me see if I can turn on auto. See how that goes.
What was it the other day? Rick was like, yeah, I think this laptop's fine. And it's like not closing and the hinge is off. And
Or the screen's
the
breaking
screen's
apart.
breaking. Yeah, it's okay.
Today he's like, damn it, this HDMI port's not working. I'm like, Rick, I told you to get a new laptop.
Get a new laptop.
I thought it was fine.
Yeah, I can show them.
Just don't crumble it to dust as you do.
You pick it up, it falls into pieces. Like, look at this.
I hope it does.
Like how Rick and I are showing our precious
you
broken
can,
things.
yeah. There
today.
you go.
See that
Pull it
there?
apart a little bit, Rick.
Like,
That's terrible.
Show him it.
like I can't close it. I'm too afraid.
Terrible.
Too afraid to close
Terrible. No, we need to. I don't know how. We were like, let's get some new equipment for you, and you're like, this is okay. I can see inside of it.
There's light coming
here.
out the side.
It was fine. Now that the HDMI thing's broken, that's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
Like I didn't need to close it,
I didn't need a screen.
but I do need the output from it.
I don't need a keyboard.
Well,
in race.
yeah. Well, the one thing we do have though is if anybody, if there is anybody having any kind of problems or anything, we do upload the
pod.
podcast to YouTube on Friday night, so that'll always be there. I believe Rick, you are recording, right?
No,
Rick's not recording. Never
Wow.
mind. We're all fucked now. How are you?
Damn it.
it ran out of space.
Damn
I thought I saw the recording button. But it's just the streaming one.
It was, but it ran out of space.
Oh,
Hey.
dear. We'll figure it out.
Well, there might be a podcast on tomorrow. If
You
we
never
need to.
know. Maybe.
It might have to be. It might miss the middle. It just cuts the
Yeah.
ends. but yeah, no. So I'll probably be streaming Monday. I'll go through my February thing a little bit, see how long it takes me. But with Pokemon 25th anniversary, there might be some cool things they announced and stuff that's going to be coming. I think in the 20th anniversary, 5 years ago, they did like special mythic giveaways and announced like new games that were coming out. And
Yeah.
all kinds of cool stuff. Was that when they announced Pokemon Go? Or released Pokemon Go? How long has that been out? When was Pokemon Go released?
5
Remember
years.
it released
4 years.
and like didn't it like
been a
land
while.
like a lead balloon at first, and then something changed and it became huge?
No, as soon as it released, it was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty big.
I was at the beach
Maybe it
the
got a
day
resurgence.
it released, and I was at the beach the day it released, and then that night I hear a lot of people screaming outside, and I look out on the balcony, and there's people running into the ocean trying to catch something, like a Gyarados or something. Rick, I got atop the great beast,
Yeah.
reached down and pulled out. No.
A baby carrot? What was that?
A golf ball.
a golf ball. Baby carrot. Is that a Lucifer
Nah, just
reference?
people were chasing each other or chasing Pokemon into the water.
chasing each other.
Well,
That'd be
each
great.
other too, but like I remember people like running into the water to catch Pokemon.
Like what
Remember
time
when-
was it?
Oh, this was like it was dark. It was
Yeah.
late. It was
Okay.
like
It
10
was like
p.m.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they were
Remember when
running
people-
into the water at night.
So
Remember-
it was like a horror movie.
Kinda.
Remember when people were fighting each other because they didn't realize that multiple people can catch a Pokemon?
Yeah.
That was like really early
You can
on.
watch videos online of like New York City, like during the first like week,
Yeah.
and it's like people, mobs running around. It was pretty unprecedented.
Yeah.
And the game's so much better now.
Yeah, you have
So
like
much better
battling
now.
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, I certainly don't play as much as I used to, but I still every once in a while play like a minute or two a day.
Uh-huh.
They added more levels. Like you could do level 40, but now you can get to 50.
Jeez.
Should I read off bits and donations?
That's
Something we should do while we buy time?
Sure, let's read off that
Sure.
stuff and see what people had to say. Maybe we'll talk about a few things.
Hilding, cheer 200 bits. First weekly loving of the year.
Thank you, Hilding.
And we saw it.
Mortalon, resubscribed for 20 months. Thank you
20.
very much.
20
thank you.
Max Man, 13 months.
Max Man.
Reverie Code, 2 months. Fear does not exist in this dojo.
there's a picture, and then someone posts another picture of us, and someone's like, "Hey, look, Calvin's picking his nose.
He's getting nose hair.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Bay Vizon, 8 months. Thank you guys for being awesome. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a happy New
we
Year
did
as well.
thank you,
You too.
despite you might not be able to watch.
That guy J Rod resubscribed for 7 months. Sup.
Sup, J-Rod?
Sup?
The sky.
Moralon, 1,000 bits.
Thank you, Morlon.
Yes,
Thank you.
Moralon.
Very generous.
Twitcher95 resubscribed for 24 months.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Night Owl Lenny, 29 months.
Thank you,
Thank
Lenny.
you, Lenny.
Thank you.
Ravenous resubscribed for 42 months. This is like being a blind wave toddler at this point. 42 months, longer than I've been committed to about anything. Thank you
Dang.
very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
This person it's online and it's offline. So they're live and they can see the top half of the stream, but then the rest is a ghost, and they're like, it's gone.
They can't see me or Calvin.
Fuck! We're dead, Eric.
It's so funny.
Tintin Who, 18 months. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tintin.
Thank you, Tintin.
Thank you, Tintin.
Flash Arrow, 3 months. Happy birthday for Nick Cage.
Oh.
Nick Cage's birthday?
I guess.
Oh, man.
I saw. Did you guys see the? You guys see stuff from yesterday where like
Yeah.
it was all a ruse so that he could steal the Declaration of Independence?
Oh,
This
yeah,
man was
the one
photographed
picture was so
leaving.
good. Someone has like a picture of like him in the very background just holding it like
Yeah, like
looking
trying
from
to
a crowd
sneak out
shot.
and stuff.
So
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Eric, what happened to the people on the beach?
They died.
Yep,
did.
There you
100
go.
bits. Eric's tweet yesterday was golden.
Oh, thank you.
LKG resubscribed for 22 months.
Okay, G, thank you.
Crashing Coyote, 9 months. Cobra Kai fun fact. The technique Daniel soon learns is based off of the same technique Ty Lee uses in Avatar The Last Airbender.
Oh, cool. Interesting.
Holding Land resubscribed for 4 months.
Thank you, Land.
Bell
I
Revan,
shall call you Land.
Bell Revan, 37 months. 37 months, believe it! When will Eric play Mass Effect?
Oh, probably when the remaster happens.
Yes. Yes, Eric. On my wavelength.
Calvin, you are shaking me. Someone said, "Why is Aaron shaking?" And I was looking. I'm like, "Why am I shaking?" And I'm like, and I traced it back to your leg, just doing
I
this.
bounce. I told you I bounce, and you said it's okay if I bounce. Now you're
didn't-
taking back your
I didn't
permission.
say it.
Bounce,
Bounce.
bounce, bounce.
Jesus.
Al Hussein,
Damn it, Calvin.
250 bits. I know it's a crazy week, but the High Republic started, so that's nice at least.
Thank you,
I
Al.
got my
did.
order in.
92 Chris Z, 16 months.
Thank you, Chris. Very generous.
Ecom, subscribe for the first time.
Thank you, Econ.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Black Mac Labs, resubscribe for 5 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Noobs Rock, 5 months. Blind Wave!
5 months.
Hope you guys have a great 2021.
Thank you. You as
You.
well.
Thanks very much.
Yes, that was what I was gonna say.
Crimson, 15 months. Hey, what's up, guys? I can't believe I've been subbed to you for 15 months, and I'm on a 3-month streak. And can I get a happy birthday? My birthday is on the 12th, and pray for my aunt. She might have COVID.
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday.
birthday
Terrible.
and
And-
sorry.
Yeah.
Happy
Grab
birthday.
your aunt.
Brandon Telford, 7 months. Hope everyone is well.
Thank you, Brandon.
T. Funderman, 10 months.
Thank you.
Thank you, Thunderman.
Thunderman.
Unhooked Gecko, resubscribe for 4 months. Hi.
Hi.
Thank you.
Hi.
Tetsuo, 19 months.
Thank you, Tetsuo.
We should just switch to a Smash stream.
That's what we
Stig,
should have been doing.
OVE, 6 months.
Thank you, OVE.
Mini Swabby, 8 months. Guys, Fate Zero aired a few years before Unlimited Blade Works, so the show assumes that you know who Saber is already.
Sure.
Think
But
we-
you could also watch it in a different order than when it
Yeah.
aired, just like Star Wars.
You can also play the visual novels.
You could do that too.
And we were being told that we should do in that order as well.
we were told that you should do Unlimited before Zero, and then we were told you should do Zero before Unlimited, and no one knew what to do.
We chose this way. This is the way that we've seen it, and we discussed like how that might change your understanding of the episodes in the discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Because making an executive decision to redo the will of the people is ridiculous. Ian 93 subscribed for 36 months. Made stream for the second time in a while. Get to watch during lunch at work. So strange to think I've been subbed to your Twitch for 3 years. Came in during season 3 of The Flash during the musical episode. It's been awesome seeing you guys grow.
Well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ian.
Running home to you.
3
Lucky
years.
Lewis, 16 months.
Lucky Lewis.
What?
One of my options on this poll was that they could only see stream and chat. 0 people voted in that option.
That makes sense.
It's
How
just
many
so
people
funny.
voted?
30.
It's not
38 people.
I don't know
my
how many people are
gosh.
watching because I can't. But I can't.
33 people said that they can see stream, chat, and the poll. 4 people said they can see stream. 1 person said they can see chat.
Wait. Okay. Gotcha.
No one said that they could see the poll. Like, only the poll.
Yes.
Twitch is claiming that there's 385 people watching us right now.
And then no one said that they could only see stream and chat and not the
Yeah.
poll.
I don't believe it.
ZD resubscribed for 23 months.
Thank you.
ZD.
And -0, 4 months. It's been 4 months. You know what that means.
4 months! What? What's it mean?
I don't know.
Oh.
That's the end
First
of the message.
quarter.
What does 4 months mean?
I have a feeling Twitch might have deleted the rest of it.
Oh, Twitch. You capricious. There are some irregularities in that poll, Aaron.
All right, so should we go over the hint?
Do we think it's stable enough, or should we wait until tomorrow when we
I don't know.
could give it a better chance of being stable? I'm not just picking my nose. There's a hair coming from my mustache going up my nose and tickling it.
And touching a hair inside your nose?
Yeah. So I'm
It's
trying to
happened to
get
me.
that hair and the hair that it's touching
Yeah.
and remove them both from the equation.
Both.
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 You want to see my pick my nose?
Nope.
All right, well, this is the hint. So you guys can solve that.
Yeah, so solve that and then you'll know.
All right, see you later.
See you tomorrow.
I had a hint for this one, and I had to walk it back a few steps. So this hint is really a training exercise for a future hint.
This was a proof of concept to
yeah.
see if you guys could figure this out.
Yeah, so this one took him about 11 or 12 hours, I think,
Yeah.
in order to figure it out.
To figure it out. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, it's a bunch of symbols. There's a bucket in the upper left, which is pretty important. But basically, it's just a random substitution cipher.
Uh-huh.
So each of these symbols stands for a letter,
Okay.
an English letter. There was a lot of fun holes they went down into like the German alphabet and
Very nice.
like some Gaelic alphabets and stuff. So what makes it difficult being a substitution cipher, they're harder than like a Caesar cipher or something that has a pattern, is I didn't break them up into words. So like when you're cracking a cipher, you want to go through some of the most common words, right? So things like the.
A, I, is,
Yeah.
and try to crack those and find a pattern.
Things like that. And then also like looking at the letter frequency table and things
Where's
like
the
that.
letter E? Yeah, that gets used a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I tried to make
R.
a message that largely followed with the letter frequency table. So E is going to be represented the most in this, and there's a lot of E symbols. There's like 9 of them or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also a couple thes in there to give people, but not only are the letters not together, you also read the message from top to bottom.
Okay.
So that's the last little element of the trick. And so I think I have some fun pictures here. I just took some like screenshots of some Discord comments as they were working it out. Some of my favorites. What do you think the bucket is for? My tears.
It's what we use to fill that pool, Rick.
And then I'm no closer to solving it, but I made a person in a silly hat. So they tried to take the symbols and like make a picture out of it.
What? Okay.
Okay.
At a certain point, people just become insane.
That's
Devolved
always the best
into
part of
hysteria.
I quite like this one. They had time to do the Photoshop.
Oh, gotcha.
Ah,
Nice.
yes. The Grinch.
All right, here's the thing. What if it actually isn't a bucket? And then people calling them a heretic and casting them out.
Oh yeah, that's the best when the internet divides into tribes and creates gods.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Creates gods.
Yep.
What kind of gods?
So let me find the...
So, like Lord Helix, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lord Helix.
So you can decode
like
the message,
Spiral power?
or you just could have looked in the bucket. Because
Yeah,
inside
if
the bucket...
people didn't know this, the bucket was the key, and you just go inside the bucket.
Yeah. Inside the bucket, we have a sword.
Man, that
Because Berserk
I
won
can't
the poll!
Oh,
that
my
illusion was
gosh.
so well done, Rick.
It was so good.
You need to get a 420 cam to be able to fit all of that.
It's too
in
big
one
to be
shot.
called a
You
sword.
can see it in Eric's camera.
You
Yeah.
can.
It would have been worth cutting out the bottom of the bucket.
I don't know if it fit.
We would have made it
The
fit.
winner is Berserk. After
years.
53 consecutive losses on polls, it's finally
It's
won.
at least been since the Death Note poll. Because we made a poll that
Yeah.
was all Berserk.
All Berserk.
And it
Yeah.
still didn't win,
Yep.
somehow.
It didn't. No one voted.
Rick
Yeah.
is standing straight up.
Yeah.
His standing desk is all the way up, and that's how big that sword is. So, yeah, tomorrow. It's bigger than my Thomas Sail barge.
It is bigger.
So that means that tomorrow, Berserk will be coming on YouTube and Patreon.
Yes.
And no, 53 is not a real number. It's been at least fit 10.
You'll see it up on YouTube tomorrow, right?
Yep.
And then also you'll be getting the early access stuff.
It's
Yep.
been on nearly every single anime poll.
So
As well
yeah,
as the finale
the
of Gurren
first
Lagann,
reaction will be on YouTube, and that will be episode 2.
Yeah.
If that
Yes.
sounds confusing, blame Rick.
So
Yeah.
that's what we're doing. And that's how we're following it. And finale of Gurren Lagann should be up tomorrow as well.
Yes, it will,
Oh.
and
On
that
Patreon.
is a trip
What a
as
day
well.
tomorrow.
Of
What a
course
day.
it's Berserk
What a
97.
day!
Who are you
What a
kidding?
day.
Yeah,
But yeah, this is like anyone who has a show that they're like, my show's never going to win.
yeah.
This is proof. You just need to believe.
You gotta believe it.
Yeah. And be
it'll
in charge
happen
of putting
someday.
shows on polls.
that too.
Hey, like, if anyone watching the stream, I have way more influence, and I still couldn't make it happen. In
I
time.
know. Yep.
The will of the people.
The will of the people.
Yep.
The will of the people.
Yep. Well, I'm excited for you, but I'm also excited for me because, as we said, there's up to 5 episodes available. That means that we've watched 5 episodes, and we got to a point where I was like, "Holy shit! All right, I'm in." So
Yeah.
I'm excited to continue watching it, but it's been fun so far,
Very, very fun.
and I feel like we only just scratched the surface.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
If only there wasn't a pandemic, I'd show off my Berserk tattoo I would have gotten when it won.
You would have gotten.
But yeah, Rick, I mean, it seems pretty unbelievable that it won. In fact, I might even say impossible, and that it shouldn't have won, and that we need to recount.
We should stop the poll.
Dead
the count.
people.
No,
have
these
voted
votes have been
on this.
certified.
We haven't certified it yet.
Put this. So
I have nowhere to put this.
the thing about Berserk is it's been torturous because it's been closed for a while,
Yeah.
and it always gets what I call the sympathy vote.
Yeah,
It always gets like a bunch of third place votes.
a bunch of third place. Yeah,
This time it did well across the board.
across the board. Yep.
So finally was able to pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go watch Berserk right now.
But yeah, so Berserk tomorrow. And yeah, like we said, the Gurren Gurren Lagann finale is also going up too, and if you haven't seen it, my God, you get to go just watch it now. You know, because that was a trip as well. Berserk has some mighty shoes to fill. Right?
Yeah. Gurren Lagann was a fun show.
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann was great.
Yes.
Episode
Yes.
6. The hell, episode 4 was something.
Filled more
Episode
than
6 was
shoes.
something else.
Yeah, I'm excited to take the journey with you. Hopefully you still talk to me afterwards.
See,
Nice.
votes are still coming in by mail.
We had someone give some subs, like 5 subs earlier, but I lost her name.
It was
I can find
Dictity.
it.
And I can't because Chad is broken.
Dick T gave some 1,000 bits.
Oh,
Yep.
thank you, Dick T.
Uh,
I think it was Dick,
Dick
T.
T also gave 5 subs.
Yeah,
That's what I said.
thank you.
Jancy, 100 bits, testing the app. I think everyone needs to test the app.
Thank you, Jancy.
I'll also say real quick too, because a lot of people are talking about different shows and their show not winning and whatnot too. Usually every year we also do a big like poll show and stuff too. So make sure that you guys are following and watching for that stuff, because we'll announce whenever that's going to be happening, because we use all the big poll nominations to help decide what to put on the little polls.
Yeah,
So-
make sure you subscribe on YouTube so you see those announcement videos. Our Twitter too. Those will be coming up.
Mhm.
It's going to be patrons will do the nominations, and then YouTube is going to
Everybody.
yeah.
Just everybody gets to vote and stuff. So that way we get a voice from everyone on what is of interest by everybody. So make sure you guys watch for all that. But yeah, patrons do the nominations. So as long as you're a patron, you'll get to nominate a thing, not all the things. And I'm so curious on how the hell this poll went through. I ran a poll earlier. I was like, all right, guys, so if Aaron played a Pokemon game, which gen would you want him to do? And I had like Gen 1 or 2, Gen 3 or 4, Gen 5 or 6, Gen 7 or 8. 3 or 4 won. But then I was like, all right, let's narrow this down. And then 1 and 2 was the next ones. Gen 1 now beat all the others, but Gen 1 and 2 didn't beat Gen 3 and 4. So I'm so confused.
It's been a confusing week, Aaron. Not only day, but week.
I don't understand. But Gen 1 or Gen 3? I'm like, I don't know. Gen 2's really bad. Gen 2 might be my favorite.
Gen 2's
the best.
The bad one.
Gen
of the
2
best,
might
yeah.
be my favorite.
I stopped at the peak, baby. That's probably better for the carpet if I put it that way.
Well, it's been a weird day. It's been a weird week.
It's been a weird stream.
It's only been a week of 2021. Let's see what happens next week.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that. What's that Men in Black quote where it's like, you know, yesterday, you know, or 100 years ago, people knew this. Last week, you knew this. Yesterday, you knew humans were alone on the planet Earth. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or something
right.
like that. I can't remember what the
Yeah, I get
exact
it.
quote
that
is.
Was, that was the idea,
but I
though,
love
of it,
that
right?
one.
No.
Like, imagine what will be like, man, this is the worst next week.
Well, there's that idea already going around where it's like, can I unsubscribe from 2021? The 7-day trial hasn't worked out for me. You know, like,
Yeah.
I get you. It's hard to tell what's going to be happening next.
All right. Well, we should end sooner. Rick might kill himself because this is not a.
Have we gone through the
light
whole feed?
prop.
Have we thanked everybody?
I think I got everyone. I think there's some exercises though.
Oh, damn.
There's one question I had for you guys.
Okay.
Like Berserk is my favorite thing.
Yes.
My favorite manga. It's my favorite
Oh,
anime.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was a different question, so I should probably put these back on.
But it's also not something I would recommend to everyone. Like, do you guys have something like that?
Something that I love that it's not for everyone.
Redheads.
It's not for everyone.
What's a not for everyone kind of thing? I mean, there's lots of things can be like that.
Something that's like an
You know?
acquired taste.
Like anything could be like, oh man, someone loves this, but it doesn't mean it's for everyone, right?
Sure.
I mean, I could even probably say that about Pokemon. Like Pokemon, I love Pokemon, but it's probably not for everyone. Not everyone's gonna enjoy Pokemon, but I think it's great.
True, but Rick, are you saying like,
Well, like,
someone you might tell them you should go check this out, and then they judge you because you like this?
no, more like if someone comes to me and asks me, like, you know, I want to get into anime. Where should I start?
Yeah.
Or what should I watch? I'm not gonna say Berserk.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's not the one that you want to start
No,
with.
I'm gonna say like Fullmetal Alchemist, Death Note, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Sword Art Online.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
I think it's. You know what? I think the reason that people don't like Sword Art Online is the reason it should be someone's first anime.
Really?
Because a lot of the issues I hear with Sword Art Online, that is why people don't like it, is that it's too generic and too like this guy has no identity, so you can place yourself as him too easily, kind of thing. Whereas a lot of other anime that's not necessarily the case. They're very different and identifiable as a person.
Sure.
I think that might be a good way of getting someone into an anime where like they identify as that and they connect easier, and it's like their link into an anime.
Maybe, but like I also don't want to get them into
Bad
something.
anime. That's what I don't get them into bad anime, Aaron.
I don't want to get them into
So.
something that like they're not gonna enjoy, and then judge the whole genre over it. You know?
Sure, I guess so. But like I just know like I didn't really watch any anime, and the first one that I really watched and enjoyed was Sword Art Online. And I was like, this is fun. I like this concept. It's a fun idea. But maybe it's also because of the gaming side of things that I was like, this is neat being stuck in a game and stuff. So
For me,
Oh, no.
it just opened the door to, like, oh, these are stories that would be difficult to tell in live action. And I enjoy it in this format. I want to see more stories in formats that would be difficult to tell in live
Yeah.
action.
I mean, I guess too, like I can agree though that like my favorite thing of SAO is like the first half of the first season.
Yeah.
And then things changed up and it was like, well, why'd they do this? You know? So I get some stuff for it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, now Gurren Lagann might be on that list of like things I recommend first.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann is definitely.
I could see
Although,
that.
you have to be familiar with, like, anime tropes
Oh yeah,
to understand everything.
that's true.
I would say probably all around Full Metal Alchemist.
Code Geass might not be the anime that I'm like, hey, you want to get an anime, watch Code Geass.
Yeah.
Eric, would you recommend Code Geass?
If I watch Code Geass first, I might not be super excited to get into more anime.
It's very anime. It's an
Yeah.
anime.
It's a very
right?
anime.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of
Yeah.
the thing about it.
I mean, for Eric and I, it was Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Which is what introduced us to
Absolutely.
anime. And like I would say that's a great starting point because it got me an anime. I love anime, but it also has its flaws.
Oh yeah, it has insane flaws. As does pretty much. I mean, anything you can find flaws, but it's just like, especially if you're wanting to, express and share part of yourself with other people through the things that you watch. You want to have a good, solid recommendation that they'd come back and be like, yeah, you know what, that was really cool, and then you can make a connection. But sometimes there's like, well, don't do that on this one. Let's do that on something else, and then work our way there.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean. Nothing really comes to mind really right now.
And like recommending something shorter first might be better too, like a
Yeah.
lower commitment. Which, like Full Metal is a little longer.
It is.
Yeah.
Sword Art. When I started watching it, was one season.
Yeah.
I feel like for anime, one of the best ones to start with is Death Note.
Maybe.
Because it's so different. Like it feels like it could just be a movie, like a
Maybe
like a thriller,
Steins Gate.
you know?
Yeah.
Steins Gate's really good too.
Steins Gate might be a
Gate,
good one because
yeah.
I feel like it kind of fits in there, and it's not as.
Well,
there's
I-
some crazy stuff in the one.
I feel like those and Bebop can appeal to people who like anime and who don't like anime. You know, like you might like Death Note, but that's the only anime that you like. You know, I don't know.
Like it's a good middle ground
you know
kind of
what.
thing.
To answer your one question originally, though, Rick, maybe cooking. Like I think that might be a thing where like I enjoy cooking, and I know like other people that like cooking, but it's not necessarily for everyone. Not
Talking about
everyone.
the actual skill of cooking.
Yeah, like just
Okay.
cooking. You know, like you're talking about like something that you like or something that you enjoy that may
Sure.
not be for everyone. Maybe cooking might be one. Like I always have fun like trying to do new things, and then when you make it, you're like, oh, I made this because I can't draw. You know, that's not. I don't have art on my side, but I have like that kind of thing.
Then.
Shooting.
Yeah, it's something I love, but it's definitely not for everyone.
Sure, no, for sure, I get that, but I don't know. That was one of the other things that kind of came to mind was maybe something like that could be, like doing art. You know, drawing. Some people love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Eric,
it's probably not for me. It might not be.
you
for
would
you,
recommend
Rick,
drawing
you know?
to somebody.
Like,
It's not for me.
I mean, I would say like anything. I mean, there's certain people that are just like more, I guess, like have a natural talent, but like anything, like you can just teach yourself, you know? Like, I don't know if I have a natural talent for cooking, but I've taught myself how to cook.
No, I'm
know?
sorry. I just think it's so funny. We're staring at each other through this
It's really strange.
1 centimeter
They
crack,
don't
and
know
I
what
can
they're
just
talking
see
about.
his eyes.
I hate it.
You can look over here.
No, we need like mirrors.
so
we can
fun.
look up and see all of
Like
oh,
us.
is that what we're
ceiling?
doing? Is those?
Yeah, but then you can see my lap.
You'd have to do it like here angled and then there angled, so that I just look up and see Rick.
Mm-hmm.
It would be creepy because we would be looking at each other upside down as well.
Not through
It'd be like-
two mirrors, right? Wouldn't two mirrors
Well-
reflect it upside down properly?
I was just
I don't
thinking
know.
about one
Maybe
big
not.
giant mirror.
Maybe not.
We'd also just
They do that shit in microscopes and telescopes or
yeah, but they have
whatever.
prisms and
Yeah,
lenses
we-
to invert the image.
We need to get one of them.
How about we just use cameras?
We could do that too. You could just look over here at this.
All right, I got squats for Lord Bucket. Eric has push-ups
Oh.
from Cleveland Steamroller. And we got a couple more to read here. What?
When I'm told to do Cleveland Steamroller, I do.
All right. I'm sorry, Rick. What? Do I need to read stuff? Is that what you want me to do?
Eric.
Well, there's only a couple. I left off at -0, I think.
All right. Let me go in here, and I guess you can do your squats with your with your sword or whatever you're
You should
doing.
with the sword on your shoulders like a squat.
Should he?
Yep, all right. Stay back.
All
Don't cut your
right.
chair.
How far did you go here? 0. What'd you say? What was the name?
I think
-0.
I left off at -0.
Is that a name of a person?
Yeah. -0 for 4 months. It's been 4 months. You know what that means?
-0. There you are. Ackerman resubscribed for 9 months, saying "Woo."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Link Frost has subscribed with Prime. Looks like for the first time. No, Janslot cheered, saying testing the app. I remember that one.
Oh yeah,
Sure,
the 100 bits.
Flying Chicken has resubscribed for 3 months, saying "Woo."
Thank you, chicken.
Dictati has gifted 5 subs.
Thank you, Dick Titty.
So
Thank
thank you, and congrats to everyone who got a sub. The Frenzy resubscribed for 40 months on a 20-month streak.
Frenzy.
Dictati has cheered 1,000 bits. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Morlon cheered 100 bits.
Thank you.
Night Owl Lenny cheered 100 bits, saying testing the app.
Thank you.
Thank you for your guys' testing.
Thank you.
I Eat Pink Tacos has subscribed for 11 months on an 11-month streak. Berserk Hype.
Thank you.
Reader G has subscribed on Twitch Prime. Looks like for the first time, so thank you so much. Call Me Senpai has resubscribed for 7 months. And
Notice me, senpai.
Adel Polo has resubscribed for 2 months on a 1-month streak, saying "Ay."
Hey.
I think that's how you say it. Maybe it's "ay." I don't know, but that's
Aye.
"ay." What was the one? Flash. Ah.
Yes, this person
Flash.
says Flash.
It's in text. I don't know. That's how they spelled it.
It's sometimes hard to understand text. It can be tricky. So, but anyway, that is all of the activity feed. So thank you guys so much for your subs, for your bits, for watching. Sorry for the Twitch issues.
We'll be back tomorrow. We don't know if Twitch will be.
Hopefully, it will be back and we will be good. So we shall see.
Yes.
But we hope to see you guys tomorrow live 3 p.m. Eastern time right here while we play some games.
Indeed.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody. Go Berserk.
Berserk. Berserk. Berserk.